Test, test. I'm sorry, I don't understand.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and turn Spotify down a little bit for me. Should be okay still for you guys. And well, I don't see Spotify happening at all for you. It was not going on the entire time. Um, that's not cool. So it is on monitor and output. Maybe it is an issue with OBS. Bear with me, I will figure this out in a moment here. Properties, and that's fine. Okay, that's not exactly right. I wonder if other portions of this are messed up as well. Hey, Mycroft, give us a cheer. Hmm. Hey, Mycroft, give us a cheer.
Hooray, you.
Okay, so that worked. I remember we had to route to route Mycroft through Spotify's channel, get that to work. Um, okay, that's properties. Move this back to. Maybe it's something to do with input devices. I'm over here in pulse volume control right now, as you obviously see. Oh, okay, so Spotify is playing through this. Now that's the Spotify monitor, I think. You know, there should be a null sync device here for Spotify. That's the issue. We should have a lot more output devices here. You notice I have a Dell D1000 dock. Um, I'll explain that in a minute. And I'm sure that's not the only change to the stream you're noticing. But I'm thinking that's messing with the um, audio configuration a bit. So let's go ahead and start that then. We'll go ahead and start there. Hello, everybody. My name is John the Unwise Geek, and today is a great day to code almost as much as it is a great day to troubleshoot the stream. Glad you're here with me today, and if you have any questions, hop into chat. We are live on Twitch and YouTube. Now, after a 2 week delay of unexpected away from streamness, I am back, and it is going to be awesome. You may have noticed I have a little bit of new headgear today. I'm having a lot of fun with this, and I'm going to explain in a minute. But I'd very much like to figure out what is up with this sound setup. So bear with me here for a moment. So I'm going to go ahead and Google Pulse Audio. You know, I could do that over here. So yeah, see Pulse Audio null sync. Yeah, it's actually virtual output, not null sync. Maybe it is a null sync. Okay. It's not looping. Okay, cool. So we need one for Spotify. Although, how is Minecraft working? Where or how is the soundboard working if there's no null sync? Hmm, that's a good question. I'm gonna pop up AVU control here a bit. Um, let's try again. Hey, Minecraft, give us a cheer.
Right, you.
No, that's working. So it's just Spotify that's not going to where it should be. Now, where do I set that again? Oh, it's set to monitor? Is that right? I don't think so. Options. Had the volume down low. Had the volume down too low. That's why we didn't. Yeah. So, yeah, it was just a volume slider in OBS that was causing that. So let's hear a, yeah. Yeah. Ooh, volume sliders. All right. So we'll get on to business here. We're gonna have a fun day today. I'm gonna work on setting up that alert system that we were talking about before, so we could see, new people chatting, new followers, all that sort of thing. Uh, and I'm gonna go to an outside service for it. I've just decided that it's probably gonna be the most expeditious way to set up, at least initially. And then as time goes on, I understand how Twitch does. I understand how Twitch does alerts a little better. I can make changes from there and go to my own hosted system. I kind of have an understanding of how I want to do my own hosted system, but that's going to be more of a future thing. Uh, Now, as a matter of the headgear, one of the things I had thought of over the course of my hiatus is that it was kind of difficult to, with just my two monitor setup, have Firefox as an information source on one screen, then VS Code on the other screen where I'm actually doing the work. But then in the meantime, people are chatting, but I'm not able to respond to them for a good amount of time until I go back and read the chat in OBS. Enter Viewfind. So this is called a Viewfind, and it's a wearable HDMI display. It's magnetic. It pops right to the edge of my glasses, and it kind of looks like it has a picture in a picture field. If you ever have had a television that you can watch one football game or whatever, and then have another football game in the smaller section of the screen. I think YouTube does it with Firefox can do it with some of the videos that play there. It looks exactly like that. I have maybe the bottom half of my field of vision on my right eye covered up by it, but it just looks like there's a screen where I can look down and see the chat that I have coming through to the channels. So I see both Twitch and YouTube chat there. For example, what you're seeing up on my screen right now is the exact same thing I'm seeing in the monitor. I just load that same API endpoint in browser. Turn the text up really high because this is a relatively small display in my worst eye. I have a harder time seeing things out of this side than I do out of this. So that works out well in that regard. And yeah, I could just take a look down and see what's going on in the chat. So yeah, I think that's kind of cool. Kind of give you an idea, it's magnetic again. It goes right to the edge of my glasses. I do want to get the Pro mount where I can attach it to the edge of my cap and then I'm able to adjust it further from there. I'll give you kind of an idea of what it looks like by holding it up for you. So you can actually see, let me get the angle right. Yeah, you can see it's just literally the chat that's in the screen, and then every so often you can see it just move just a little bit. So if I send something off here to the chat, work on the aim a little better. So yeah, go ahead and send something, and you can see how it just updates, scrolls to the next line. So yeah, we'll see how this works out. It does open up some very interesting ideas for future projects where I can, you know, send all sorts of different information to this. And I think in 10 years, all live streamers are going to have a wearable display on their face. Probably. I don't know. Depends on how cool my open source software is. But yeah. So yeah, I've been working on that a little bit, getting that nice. And yeah, let's see, anything else I've been working on? Not really. I've been kind of taking all the curse words out of Minecraft. It's funny the first time, but then every time I get cussed out whenever I tell the darn thing to do something, it gets old fast. So yeah, so everything is working right with the sound system as far as I could tell. Yeah, everything seems good with, oh, my mic could be a little louder. This is probably a little better. All right. Cool. So let's get on to business then. One of the first things I wanted to do was set up alerts, an alert system of some kind. So I know Nightbot does something. Anybody? Oh, Item, AITHEM, I think, is Item.io or something like that. So let's take a look around. We're gonna start with the Googles. So one thing I do want to do is find something that integrates with my own alerting system. And so it just sends an API call. I don't need it to do anything fancy. I don't need it to trigger anything in OBS itself. I got that all taken care of. But we'll see how that goes. I'm just taking a look at things. There's Twitch TVs. I don't want to do Streamlabs. I'm sure they're fine, but so these are like animations for the alerts. I don't necessarily need that. That, so not Anthem, it's Item. Clearly super prepared for this stream today. Try a different search term here. No, I didn't mean Anthem. It's like item.tv or something like that, right? No. If I say Yannick's name 3 times, he'll show up, right? Yannick, Yannick, Yannick. I don't know. Oh, that's one thing I do have to be careful about this wearable display. There's an HDMI and a power cord coming off the back here. I don't know of a decent way to do it wireless yet, but yeah, it has a tendency to flop around on my face a little bit. What I should be doing is wearing it right up against the glass of my glasses, but if I do that, I can't push it down as far and angle it up towards my screen. What again I want to do is get that pro mount that can attach right to my hat, and then it makes it a lot easier to do that. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. So item maybe? Item. I know whatever it was, it sounded like item, but I know it was spelled in a very weird way. Probably vaguely European. Just kidding. Not YouTube. I'm gonna go back to Google. Twitch alert system. Maybe there's something on Twitch that yeah, even Twitch is shouting out Streamlabs. I don't necessarily want to do that because it's not going to use my own API. Let's see. Let's say Twitch alerts hosting maybe. So there's a Stream Elements alert box. Okay, so there's let's take a look at that. I don't know what that is. Stream Elements alert box. Okay, so that is well, let's see what it has to offer here. I think I have a Stream Elements account. I haven't logged in a little bit. Okay, so this is where you have to set up your entire theme around, and then they pop things into your stream and stuff happens. Okay, so not exactly what I'm looking for. So everything is Streamlabs. Alright, so let's take a look at best ways in 2022 to set up alerts in OBS. StreamMentor.com. So as your Twitch account grows, you'll slowly start adding new features and Twitch alerts. That's true. Will be on top of your list. That's false, but okay. It's been on my to-do list for a while. I don't know about top of my list. Adding Twitch alerts to OBS is sometimes tricky, the understatement of the century. Especially if you're a beginner that has just grasped the basics. Thanks. If you're wondering how to add stream alerts to OBS, everything you need to know about Twitch alerts is covered in this guide. Yeah, so this does kind of At least initially, it sounds like it was written by an AI. Pop-up notifications or widgets. Pop-up notifications are short-term. They appear on the screen throughout the live stream. When someone either follows you, subscribes, or makes a donation, these notifications last only a few seconds. Right. Kind of what I'm searching for. Cool, thanks. Does Nightbot do alerts? Maybe not. No, not really. Okay. So the issue I'm having right now is that for this to work, you have to have a go-between. And then that go-between has to be able to process the alerts that are coming in from Twitch, verify them, and then process them further from there. The difficult part is it needs to be on an SSL, a hosted server with an SSL connection. That's not a problem. I have that. Also, any test notifications you create, you only see once. You can't like trigger a second notification somehow, and that is amazingly difficult for testing. I wish there was a better way to do that. Shoot, am I gonna have to go with Stream Elements? Ew. I wonder, do I still have... Maybe I still have it in Notepad QQ, because that thing never... let's see. Unfortunately not. Maybe it's AITHM. No, not Amaranth. Oh gosh. Okay, so Yannick is playing a game, so I'm not gonna bug him right now. I wonder. So, if I recall correctly, this conversation was had when I was still developing the Geekbot. Um, so, I'm wondering if perhaps it's still in that a little chat log that I kept for a little while there. Was it in Geekbot or was it in the API? So this is the chat history. Okay, yeah, here it goes. Oh, okay. No, that was just the one line. Maybe it is off in the API. So we'll go ahead and open that. Ah. Let's try item. Item. You know, I understand these work better if you type it right. Shit. So I am seeing if I can find that link. Item.us, item.uk. Gosh, I don't remember, y'all. I don't remember. I'm having a good old time finding it too. So might have to table that issue for a little bit and maybe go into our backup plan. I just have to go ahead and make a backup plan. Yeah. Alright. So one of the things I did want to take a swing at is to clean up VMware a little bit and see if I could do a little bit more to make it a little more functional, at least in terms of how I trigger the automation. That's always been problematic for me because there was a I can try to trigger them, but sometimes it'll work, sometimes it doesn't. And I think a lot of the intent around it is a little flaky. Like I need to pick one solid word to trigger an automation, and then figure out ways to name that automation correctly. And I think if I could figure out a way to kind of put all that into the API, so I could do all the configuration from the API or around the API, that would be pretty much amazing. So I wouldn't have to do things like, let me open up a new window here. And let's go ahead and open up, not Minecraft Core. Oh, yeah. Oops. Cancel. Oops. Yeah, not MWord Core. Yeah. Yes. OBSBB Automator Skill. So things like give us cheer work, but the ones around the automations are a little flaky. So I could say play automation, start automation, but sometimes it tries to trigger a different skill. than this. So I have to figure out another way to say this. Maybe trigger automation, because you wouldn't say trigger for a lot of things. I can't imagine saying trigger for anything except if you're doing an automation. So actually, I'm going to go ahead and change that. And so I could say trigger automation. Actually, yeah. So, okay, so I moved to using activate VOC. And it says activate the automation call, play the automation, play the time to. So, I mean, you can do things like a more time to start stream, and that will start the stream. Play the countdown for 5 minutes. Let's actually try that. Hey, Mycroft, play the countdown for 5 minutes.
Just a second. I'm not sure how to play the countdown. 45 minutes.
45 minutes. Okay. Hey, Mycroft, play the countdown for 1 minute.
I'm starting the countdown for 1 minute.
That works.
There was an error triggering the automation.
Well, I mean, it didn't work, but it did pick up the correct pick up the correct skill and the correct intent. So let's go into Mycroft core and let's go to start Mycroft sh CLI. Cancel.
I don't know what that means.
So yeah, let's try that again. Hey, Mycroft, start the countdown for 1 minute.
Just one moment while I look for that. Sorry, I don't know how to play a countdown for 1 minute.
So if I add hey, Mycroft, play the countdown for 1 minute.
I'm starting the countdown for 1 minute. There was an error
That works.
triggering the automation.
Even though there was an error. So I think what the errors come down to is that what I'm saying isn't triggering the correct automation. Like, I can say, hey Mycroft, play the outro.
I'm starting the outro. I'm starting the go on camera automation.
See, that works. That works fine, even though it does kill Spotify, evidently. Yeah, so that works. Although I see we are running into an issue. Okay, that's not the issue. It's the unable to translate words to actual triggers. So what we could do is included in the available triggers, we could also include phrases that we want to essentially connect to that particular automation. So let's go ahead and look at chat history once again. Excuse me. So the endpoint is called get trigger. Triggers. Oh yeah, API automation triggers. Before this goes version 1, I want to basically make it uniform across the entire API. So all the endpoints are generally the same. The endpoints are documented. I'd like to figure out a way to go ahead and have a self-documenting API. So it'll go through all of these functions. It'll find these app routes, and then it'll pick up a string that's defined within the route and put together a document based on that. There might be something for that. I might have to make something for that. I don't know. So here we go. Oh, so here we go. So what this does is maintains a list of the automations. This usually goes to the button box, and that's how the button box creates its automation buttons on the fly. So it says this is a button-friendly version of the command. This is the URL that the command has to hit, or the API endpoint rather. So for example, start stream is the start stream API endpoint. And then the countdowns are countdowns with a particular in there. So what I could do, I'm thinking, because if we pull this into the button box and we add a third member to the array, will it cause an issue? Do not think so, because as we get data back from the button box, or from the API, the button box separates it out, and then it separates it out by commas, then it separates it out by the semicolon, or the colons rather, and then goes from there. So no, I don't think we're going to have a problem adding another field to this at all. So we'll just call this start stream. This will be countdown for 1 minute. Countdown for 2 minutes. Countdown for 5 minutes. Countdown for 10 minutes. I'm gonna start calling this something different. Rather than go on camera, I'm gonna call this go live. Of course, the endpoint is gonna be the same, but we can call it arbitrarily something different. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and save this. Now that should be good. We'll go ahead and pull up http://5000. Gonna be API automations triggers. Oh, automation singular. All right, so we have, yep, go live, go on camera, go live. Yeah, there we go. Good stuff so far. Good. So let's go ahead and go into the Minecraft and cool. All right. Go into init.py and now we have these arrays. We have this available triggers, and that pulls in the triggers that we have just defined. That'll include that last one as well. Now, if I recall correctly, yeah, we're doing some caching, and we're saving it in an area that Minecraft has available. Actually, no, we're just dumping it to a JSON file, evidently. Easy enough. Now we're gonna add one more here. This will be phrase equals item split, and this will be 2. We'll add another instance of phrase up there. I'm really liking how this chat is just right there if I need it. That's really nice. I'm enjoying that part. So with automation cache as F, write JSON dumped cache. Fine. Items in entry, available triggers. Now, what do I want to base my available triggers return off of? I think I want to base it off the phrase instead of the name. So, here, let's take a look at this logic because it was pretty late, I think, when I wrote this. For item and entries, okay, yeah, so I want to create a list of the phrases. So let's listen to this right now. Hey Mycroft, list available automations.
The available automations are start stream, countdown 1 minute, countdown 2 minutes, countdown 5 minutes, countdown 10 minutes, go live, and outro.
Go live. Yeah. Okay, so there we go. Those aren't well, for the most part, those are the phrases. But especially around the countdown, it's just saying countdown 1 minute, countdown 2 minutes. It's not very natural speak. So if I go ahead and change this entries to start by going by the phrases, which is item 2 in the list of a 0 index list, let's see what that goes ahead and gets us. We're gonna come out here and let's see if just telling it to restart skills.
Confirming. Would you like me to restart now?
Yes.
Sorry, I didn't catch that. Confirming. Would you like me to restart now?
Yes. So it doesn't actually restart, I think, because it's not a physical Minecraft. I can't do it right from the command line, which is fine. Alright, so let's hear what this has to say now once it finishes loading the skills. That should be that. Hey, Mycroft. List available automations.
The available automations are start stream, countdown for 1 minute, countdown for 2 minutes, countdown for 5 minutes, countdown for 10 minutes, go live, and outro.
Okay, so great. That lists the phrases now. Now we need to go ahead and have those phrases actually connect to the automation that we want to trigger. So let's go back into init.py. We're going to go further down here. And so we have these translations here. This is essentially what we just did in the API. So let's see here. Okay, wait a minute. Now, when that ran, it should have created a JSON file that is holding that temporary data. So where did that JSON file go? Did I throw it in temp? Nope. Let's go into skills maybe. No, that didn't come out either. So where did it go? Is it not caching correctly? So it should go into automation cache. So let's see if that exists anywhere. Actually, it should only exist in home directory somewhere. So it's in Mycroft core. Okay, cool. So it's actually the JSON. It's saving name, countdown, and phrase. That's great. Very cool. All right. So next. Oh, well, yeah. Hey, Mycroft, give us a cheer. Give us a cheer.
Hooray, you.
So yeah, there we go. That's working the way it should. Now we need to go ahead and pull that cache for further calls to the API. Now, one thing I did notice, I want to kind of include a timestamp, like an epoch time somewhere in this JSON file that can then be compared to actual the current actual time, and then if it's gone beyond a certain amount of time, then just automatically refresh it. So let's see how we want to go ahead and do that. Let's think about that. Cool. So let's see. Write it. From time, import date time. So what we want is epoch time. So to find what epoch is on any given system, look at epoch gm time 0. So let's do that. So open Python 3, import time, then okay, yeah, so that gives it as a time object. Okay, cool. Now, strip time should have an option for just giving it in seconds. So time.time. Yeah, that's the one. All right. So, ooh, wait a minute. Use time and S to avoid precision loss caused by... So similar to time, So there's evidently some precision loss due to the floating point value. I guess you could just never get enough numbers after a floating point. Oh, hello, community tea time. My wife is back. How are you? How was your walk? Made a smoothie, got water, tuned into you, so all set. Cool. Make yourself comfortable. We are in the weeds. I wanted to start with alerts, try to get Twitch alerts working. Maybe you know this. There was a service that Yannick mentioned once. It was like Item or something like that. You happen to know what he was talking about, and you happen to know if they do alerts? So, while we're thinking about that, we are going to go ahead and use nanoseconds since Epoch to, don't know. Yeah, I don't remember either. I remember kind of what it sounded like, but I've tried every variant spelling I could think of. So I'll just bug Yannick later. Or I'm sure if we say his name enough times, he'll show up. What is he playing now? The Super Tux Kart? Oh, Trackmania, of course. Okay. I knew it was gonna be some kind of racing game. Well, we won't see him for a while then. Fair enough. Okay, so yep, we're gonna import time nanoseconds, and then that should be all we need. And then as soon as we list the automations again, it should rewrite it to also include that Atium, maybe. No, I have not made a Locutus of Borg joke yet, but I imagine one is coming very soon. Care of my lovely wife. So it is working pretty good. I don't know if you've seen this yet or not. I could kind of hold it up to the screen, and it's literally that's my chat right in the window there. I essentially have it in a browser window. This acts like a third monitor, and I just make the text really large so I could see it through my crap eye. Yeah, it is really awesome. It has been making the chat a lot easier. I have some information on my other screen, and then I have my regular workspace over here on my left screen, and then all my chats right here. I might have it where every so often, what does the server do again? I'll annoy Yannick for you. Annoying Yannick as a service. Oh, that's brilliant. Are you charging for it? Oh, you should. If you're not, you should. So what the service does, I think, and I'm not sure, I'm not 100% sure, is it relays alerts from Twitch to you somehow. Don't know exactly how. Very reasonable charges. Okay, we'll go for that. All right. So we should go ahead and restart the skills for Minecraft. Oh, you told me you were gonna send Twitch to you or Twitch to YouTube. Twitch to me. So YouTube alerts are gonna be a whole other beast to slay. Right now, I just like to get Twitch up and going because that's where most everybody is right now, and Twitch is kind of a glorified VOD, or excuse me, YouTube is kind of being like a glorified VOD right now. But I'll figure all that out over time as sure I'm figuring everything else out. It's where all the cool kids are, yes. So I've restarted the skills. Let's go ahead and we'll cap the automation cache and hey Minecraft, list available automations.
An error occurred while processing a request in OBSBB Automata.
Okay, let's go see what that error was. And I can't help but wonder if it was perhaps due to us having that file open. Well, I don't think so. Oh right, I need the CLI. Hey Minecraft. List all the available automations.
Here are a few of the skills you can install.
Hey Minecraft.
Email, InB,
Hey,
Decide, My
Hey
Episodes.
Minecraft. List available automations. That work? No. Hey Minecraft. List available automations.
An error occurred while processing a request in OBSBB Automata.
Okay, so this says object of type class name. Okay, so which type? Line 179 in default. 32. Okay, so handle. Alright, so it's in this line right here, the JSON dumps. Oh, okay. So it's trying to add a whole bunch of hashed. So what I'll do is instead of that, I will go ahead and cached plus equals time ns. Ooh, even better. What I'll do is just add this instead of down here, and add it up here over where we get the 200 for our request to the API. I think that works a little bit cleaner. Yeah, that's a little bit cleaner. All right, cool. So the way that's set up, entries. Yes, we also need one more thing here. I just noticed this. We also need a phrase plus equals item split. Oh, so entries is already getting in there. Oh, goodness. Okay, so that's going to dump that. So we will go ahead and save that. Let's try this again. Beans. Hey, Mycroft. What are beans?
Bean is the seed of one of several genera of the flowering plant family Fabaceae, which are used as
It gets through that first sentence of wherever he's pulling that from and just says, "Oh wait, you're screwing with me." All right, so that should write that. Let's go ahead and restart the skills again. Uh-oh. Okay, for some reason I have lost this terminal. Or I have lost the keyboard. I know for sure. No, I lost the keyboard. What in the world? Okay, so if Yannick wants a refund, let's see. You paid 0, so 0, carry the 0, minus 0. Do you take PayPal, buddy? I'm sending a 0. Hello, buddy. How have you been? Yeah, so we were traveling for a week there. I tried getting a stream set up on the hotel Wi-Fi. Not happening. Only 10 I saw in Tennessee was Monica, and it sure wasn't the 10 megabits per second that I needed for 1080p streaming. Yeah, and then after that, I just got really work heavy. We had a very lively release schedule right around that time period of time, and I've just got recovered from it. So I just unplugged my keyboard and I plugged it back in, and I'm still not getting any. Still not getting any response from my keyboard in the desktop environment. Okay, so there is that. So it's just in terminal, I'm not. There it is, it's back. Oh, I've seen this before. Okay, have a good sleep, Yannick, and so a quick question for you before you go. There was a service called Item or something like that that you had given me the address for. Yeah, I saw Stream Elements, but I don't think it was the right one. It was AITHEM or something like that. Yeah, maybe I caught him in time, maybe not. I know the stream is a little bit ahead of, or the stream is a little bit behind the chat. Alright, so... It's not Echo Control V Control O. Reset? Yep, there we go. Okay, that was it. Alright, so, that's right, I was restarting the skills. Hey Minecraft, list all automations.
An error occurred while processing a request in OBSBB Automata.
Alright, so we're seeing another error. Maybe it was the type of the nanoseconds that's coming in. Hey Minecraft, list available automations.
An error occurred while processing a request in OBSBB Automata.
Okay, so it's saying object of type built-in function or method is not... I know what's wrong. Okay. So this is not a command, it's a function. So I can't add the function to a list. So I have to throw some parentheses at the end of it. There we go. There we go. Good job, John. So we'll restart the skills again. And then... Hey, Minecraft. List all available automations.
The available automations are start stream, countdown for 1 minute, countdown for 2 minutes, countdown for 5 minutes, countdown for 10 minutes, go live, and outro.
Okay, cool. So there we go. Now we have, if we check the screen here, we can see that we have a cached file with a timestamp and all of our data in it. That is perfect. Now we need to go ahead and compare our cached file's time to the time we have available, or the time it is currently. And if it's over a certain amount of time, we're going to go ahead and just call again and refresh the cache. Maybe 5 minutes. Yeah, it has a wonky go live, but yeah, go live. It'll work. I could say go live or go live, I'm sure. Well, let's actually hold on. We're not gonna try it right yet, but hey, Michael, activate the go live automation.
I'm not sure I understood you.
Okay, yeah, he doesn't understand that. We're gonna have to figure out how to get that squared away. There we go. I have to figure out also what to do with these wires. That's not good. Okay, so thank you so much for your follow, Dmitry Maximov Gallo. Please excuse me if I mispronounced your name. Happy to have you on. Please say hello in chat if you have a moment. So, So yeah, there we go. So now let's go ahead and figure out what kind of time frame we want. I would say if we want no more than 5 minutes. Every 5 minutes, make a new API call. That should be just fine. And even then, there is going to be certain periods of time where we list the automations. It's just going to automatically refresh the cache anyway. So yeah. So let's see. Let's do some math here. Or better yet, let's have Minecraft do some math here. Hey Minecraft, what is 5 times 60 times 1000?
5 times 60 times 1000 is 300,000.
300,000. Okay. So basically what we want to do is we want to compare this number here to the current epoch time in nanoseconds. And if it's 300,000 off or more off, we want to go ahead and just automatically refresh the cache. So let's go ahead and go back into init.py. So we have our cached value here. We have names, endpoints, and phrases. Let's see how that was. Yeah, okay, great. So, so we won't need the translations. We'll start up here, and we will say current time equals time in S. We won't need translations. We won't need any of the patterns around it. So we want to extract the endpoint, the pattern, which is what we called the phrase in the last one. So might actually want to do this something a little different. We'll call it pattern instead of phrase. Actually, let's keep that phrase because I like phrase instead of pattern. So we'll call it phrase here. So target message.data.get automation. Okay. Ooh. That's one aspect I did forget about. I wonder if we need to figure out a way to update this particular file every time we change it. So before we could continue on with this, we gotta figure that out. So let's go back over here, and so we have this list of entries here, which include all of the actual automations, or the triggers rather. It'll actually be the phrases. We need to cache the phrases there in automations.voc. So once we figure this out, we write the JSON cache file with open skills obsbb. Let's see, what is it called? What is the actual directory called? Okay, here we go. Skills obsbb automator skill automations.voc. Now we don't want to append it, we just want to just overwrite it. So we'll need to import sys or OS. Yeah, import OS. From OS import remove. We're gonna go back down here. So let's just go ahead and import OS altogether because we're going to need other things as well if we're going to do this right. So first things first, if OS path exists, then we're going to go ahead and pass in this. So if that file exists, what we're going to do is OS remove that file. Okay, great. So from there, once that's removed, you could go ahead and open that file for writing. Cool. Now we're going to we'll do the same thing we'll kind of do below that for item in entries. You know, if we're going to do that, we could probably go ahead and meld that with the one below it. So for item and entries, we'll add that. Also going to we'll call this G because that's probably I don't know if F gets closed properly. Okay, so let's go ahead and one thing I do notice, I have to create kind of a dialogue, kind of like when you're driving, you look from the mirrors to the speedometer, the road ahead of you, and well, okay. So if we're being correct about that, we look for the mirrors, the radio, the GPS, to the speedometer, to the mirrors, to your wife, down to the console, fiddling with something, then occasionally get around to the road. I kind of have to do the same thing with the viewfinder. I have to look between the two monitors and then check out what chat's doing down here. But yeah, it's gonna take some getting used to, but man, I really like having that down there. Anyway, let's go ahead and just F close. So for items and entries, F right. What do we want to... Gonna be item phrases. So item phrase. Let's do this as a formatted string. And then /n. /n in Linux. At some point, could we please put a red light on your view piece, please? Didn't have to think about that long. Of course we can. Yeah. What part though? Here or over here on the arm? Or do we want to put just like a red strobe that goes left and right? That might be a little difficult though, because this piece is adjustable to, I forget what it's exactly called, but you have a certain like a offset of your pupil, and this has to be pretty close to your pupil to be able to see it, or else it kind of goes parts of the it's a relief, I think it's called relief. Parts of it go off into the black. So have your people call my people and we will arrange a red light, or maybe a blue light. Blue is more trustworthy, just saying. Alright, so F right phrase. Alright, so let's save this. That should be good. So we'll go ahead and restart the skills. Actually do it from here. Go into Minecraft core. Cancel.
You might have to say that a different way.
I'll never get used to that. I will never get used to that thing. Alright. So let's go ahead and give this a try. Hey Minecraft. List available automations.
An error occurred while processing a request in OBSBB Automata.
Yes, very sassy. Alright, so that didn't work. Darn it. So let's go ahead and go into skills, OBSBB, locale, NUS. Auto. Is it NUS? Yeah. Then we're gonna watch N1 cat automations.voc. Alright, so we can see right off the bat it didn't change go on camera to go live. So there was definitely some type of automation there that, or definitely some kind of error there that keep that from happening. So let's go into the CLI to do some debugging here. Don't know why I'm closing that thing. Hey Mycroft, list available automations.
An error occurred while processing a request in OBSBB Automata.
Okay, so this is saying string indices must be... Oh, integers. Okay. So if we look at that file again, that cached file, let's go ahead and create a new one. Cat automation cache. We can see that it's a list, and then it's a list of tuples. So what I need to do is calculate the length and go with a range. So I can't do for items and entries anymore because it's not a it's a list now. I have to go for item in. Where is the Oh wait, no. What am I even doing? I should just be writing phrase. For item and phrase. Yep, that went right over my head. Fast. Oh. Alright. So, we're gonna write the item and then that. Alright, so that should work a lot better. Go ahead and restart the skills. And then we're gonna back out in terminal. And we're gonna go ahead and look at automations.vlc. Hey Mycroft, list the available automations.
The available automations are
And okay, so that was because let's see. So let's do this for item in entry. I think I'm losing track of my own stuff here. Alright. Hey Mycroft, list available automations.
Sorry, I didn't catch that.
Hey Mycroft, list available automations.
The available automations are start stream, countdown for 1 minute, countdown for 2 minutes, countdown for 5 minutes, countdown for 10 minutes, go live, and outro.
That's very good. Although it's not updating automations.voc. Why? Let's take a look here. With open.skills, obsbb, automator skill, automations.voc. Right. Alright, let's go ahead and restart those skills. I wonder, maybe I didn't save something correctly? Hey Mycroft, list available automations.
The available automations are start stream, countdown for 1 minute, countdown for 2 minutes, countdown for 5 minutes, countdown for 10 minutes, go live, and outro.
Yeah, see, it's still calling it go on camera. Why would it do that? So, where this is sourced from is here. For our request.get, it gets automation triggers. So it strips quotation marks and it strips oh, okay, so it's stripping quotation marks and it's stripping commas. There's something not right there. So entries is good. That's where it's supposed to be. The phrase is supposed to be the entries. So it removes automations VOC, allegedly. Then it opens it back up for writing as F. Then for item and entries, that's this one right up here. Oh yeah, this one here. It writes item as an F string, and then it closes it once it's done. Why is that not working? So let's take a look at the API endpoint again. Restart this. So it's stripping all of these. Is it stripping or splitting by the commas? It's splitting by the commas. Okay. So yeah, it's stripping these and then it's splitting by the commas. That's right. This is 0, this is 1, and this is 2. That's correct. Oh, okay, so entries are a list of a list. Is a list of lists. No, it's not. So it should be a list of strings, actually. Item.split 2. I think my hat's too tight. Okay, so that exists. Move. Alright, so let's see what actually is happening in the CLI when we're trying to do that. Maybe it's giving a silent error, but it's not failing. Hey, Mycroft. List available automations.
The available automations are start stream, countdown for 1 minute, countdown for 2 minutes, countdown for 5 minutes, countdown for 10 minutes, go live, and outro.
Okay, so I do see that there's a reload here at 179. Attempting to reload skill OBS automator skill. Shut down. Loaded. Is it shutting down every time it gets called? Hey, Mycroft. List available automations.
The available automations are start stream, countdown for 1 minute, countdown for 2 minutes, countdown for 5 minutes, countdown for 10 minutes, go live, and outro.
Yeah, so it's shutting down every time it's called. But it's still getting the correct data from the API. It's caching it correctly. In the automation's cache anyway. But we're not able to rewrite automations.voc for something. Have to think about this. Oh, let's add some logging if we can figure out where the breaking logic is. Alright, so let's see if it goes ahead and catches that we're removing that skill. Or removing that file. Alright. Hey, Mycroft. List available automations.
The available automations are start stream, countdown for 1 minute, countdown for 2 minutes, countdown for 5 minutes, countdown for 10 minutes, go live, and outro.
Yeah, not quite. It didn't print. So logging. There we go. Alright, so self-log info. Okay. Now let's see, in this example anywhere is a log. Yeah, no, it's fine. It looks like the log is passed through with the Mycroft skill class. Cool. That's easy. Alright, so it is... Let's restart those skills. Hey Mycroft, list available automations.
The available automations are start stream, countdown for 1 minute, countdown for 2 minutes, countdown for 5 minutes, countdown for 10 minutes, go live, and outro.
Okay, so it did remove automations.voc, or at least it very well tried to. Did it get rewritten? Yeah, if it got rewritten, this wouldn't be go on camera, it would be go live. So let's copy the path. And let's go ahead and just try a full path in the file. Maybe I'm spelling it wrong. Or it could be I'm not being specific enough. So that dot should put it right in Mycroft core. Cancel. Ooh, yeah, I had it wrong. I had it way wrong.
I don't understand, but I'm learning new things every day.
Darn right you are. Ah, there we go. All right, let's save that. Restart this. Pull this up. Oh, where are you? Yeah, there you are. All right. Hey, Mycroft. List available automations.
The available automations are start stream, countdown for 1 minute, countdown for 2 minutes, countdown for 5 minutes, countdown for 10 minutes, go live, and outro.
I think I broke it. So I did break it. Yes. I didn't put this there. Save that. We'll restart this and hopefully I didn't break it enough to really hose it. Hey Mycroft, list available automations. No? Do we not wanna? Get a number on you, buddy, huh? Hey Mycroft, list available automations.
The available automations are start stream, countdown for 1 minute, countdown for 2 minutes, countdown for 5 minutes, countdown for 10 minutes, go live, and outro.
Alright. So that's updating. yeah, that's cool. So that's updating. And it looks like whenever I update it and it saves the file, it automatically reloads it in Minecraft, which is cool. We'll see. We'll see how this plays out. Um, so now we have to go ahead and match the utterances to what we see in this file. Or rather, okay, well, we'll think this out as we go through. So a little further down, we have the cache working. So now we need to go ahead and pull in the cache. If it's fine, or if it matches the amount of time that we're looking for, which we're not going to worry about right now. Actually, we'll just leave that alone. Throw it in a future. We don't need this. We don't need this. Okay, so then what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to read the cache and find the automation that was spoken. It will be in item 2. And we're going to go ahead and make the request to run item 1, which is going to be the endpoint. So, yeah. So we don't need that yet right away. So let's go ahead and do this. So handle automator target equals message data get automations. Yeah. That's the automation should contain the line from automations.voc that we're looking for. Cool. All right. So target will be the automation. That's good. So let's go ahead and read the cache with open automations cache, and I'm gonna configure this to where it will be files that are defined with a variable. So it's a little cleaner. With open automations cache, phrase. For right, we need a JSON reads entries equal JSON loads fread. Yeah. So JSON loads fread. That'll save it to entries. Then with for item in, actually no, it's gonna load it as an, yeah, so for I in range 1 to len entries minus 1. Nope, just len entries. If entries I, this will be a tuple, so this will be phrase equals target. Let's lower this since it's going to be a string. We'll lowercase it so it's apples to apples. Then we'll say endpoint equals entries I endpoint. Phrase equals entries I phrase, and that should do it. So then we'll break after that, and then we'll speak dialogue. I'm starting the phrase. Oh yeah, okay, so we have to the if endpoint. Yeah, I have to keep that. Pull this out over here. There was an error triggering the automation. We do not need, there was an error retrieving the automation. Cool. So we'll save that. Give this a refresh. Alright, let's go ahead and give this a try. Hey Mycroft, activate the countdown for 5 minutes.
I'm not sure I understood you.
Hey Mycroft, start the countdown for 5 minutes.
Just one moment while I look for that. Sorry, I don't know how to play the countdown for 5 minutes.
Alright, so let's go ahead and self-log info. We're going to log entries. Like that. So we're going to Mycroft log info. Comparing. We'll grab this. To target lower. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? Why isn't that working? Unterminated expression in F string, missing closed brace. Where is it missing the closed brace? Out here. That's where it is. Oh, well, one thing is wrong is this. Oh, because I need to use single quotes for this since we have a double quote in the... Yeah, they are so picky. Alright, so we'll save that. We'll give it a restart. And let's go take a look at this. Give it a minute to finish up. Hey Mycroft, activate the countdown for 5 minutes.
Sorry, I don't understand.
Okay, so it's trying to activate the countdown for 45 minutes. That's awkward. Hey Mycroft, activate the countdown for 1 minute.
I don't understand, but I'm learning new things every day.
Okay, so hey Mycroft, start the countdown for 1 minute.
Just one moment while I look for that. I'm not sure how to play the countdown for 1 minute.
So yeah, there's something weird here. F string single not allowed. Okay, so it's having a hard time loading the skill. So let's go ahead and switch this out. We're gonna go to a double quote here. A double quote here. Now we'll go to single quotes here. I do not know why that matters, but here we go. We'll go ahead and restart that skill now. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So I typoed this here, and that's why it's having a hard time loading. On line 69, and there's an extra brace here. That was the whole problem. That went right over my head. Found it eventually. All right. So restarting that. Right, and take it further down, that should be fine. So let's try this. Hey Mycroft, list the available automations.
The available automations are start stream, countdown for 1 minute, countdown for 2 minutes, countdown for 5 minutes, countdown for 10 minutes, go live, and outro.
Hey Mycroft, play the countdown for 5 minutes.
Just a second. Sorry, I don't know how to play the countdown 45 minutes.
So picky. Hey Mycroft, activate the countdown for 2 minutes.
Sorry, I didn't catch that.
Alright, so that was correct, and it did catch 2 minutes. So let's see, activate VOC. So start this should be fine, play this should be fine. Hey Mycroft, activate the automation called countdown for 2 minutes.
An error occurred while processing a request in OBS BB Automata.
Alright, no such file or directory automations cache. That's because it's automation cache, and that's why I should be using variables to define my file names, but hey. Alright, so go ahead and save that. Automation cache. And that didn't reload. So restarting the skills. So picky. Hey Mycroft, activate the countdown for 2 minutes.
I'm sorry, I don't understand.
Hey Mycroft, activate the automation called countdown for 2 minutes.
I don't understand.
Hey Mycroft, start the countdown for 2 minutes.
I'm starting the countdown for 2 minutes.
Well, I'll be darned, it actually worked. Hey Mycroft, it's time to go live.
I'm starting the go live.
Sweet. Okay. So I need to fine tune that still, but having the go by phrases rather than automation name does seem to be a worthwhile pursuit. I need to zero in on a trigger that works well for me. And yeah, that's what's going on right now. I think that's a solid stream. I think we did good, even though we had to kind of change gears away from alerts once things didn't work out as well for us as we liked. Yeah, so I think that's it. I think I'm gonna go ahead and call it a stream there right at 7:30. Good timing, I think. So please join me again very soon, Wednesday at 5:30 p.m. for another stream. We're gonna be continuing to work on something pretty cool. If you have any ideas, please go ahead and hit me up at Twitter. All my Twitter and GitHub information is down in the channel description. And thank you so much for coming out here and joining. Welcome to our new followers, and As always, if you have any questions, please let me know. So I'm gonna go ahead and try this. Hopefully it works, and if it works, it's gonna be a pretty cool thing to do. So yeah, here we go. Hey Mycroft, play the outro.
I'm starting the outro.